Okay, let's get started. First of all, let's save this file and name it, say, box, and click save. And we need to create several new components. The first one, we'll name it body. Click OK, and we will create another two components. The second one is side, and the third one is leather, because we will have some leather decoration on this box. And then we will create some user-defined parameters. So basically, using parameters is one of the most powerful weapons in Fusion. With parameters, we can change dimensions of our object even after the whole object is modeled. So here we add some parameters for the body and also some parameters for side and leather. I will now go through these parameters one by one because we will use them later in this video. And one thing I want to mention is that the value of one parameter can be derived from another parameter. So here we use body height plus ½ inch to set side height. Okay, so let's go into the body component and create sketch first. So we click sketch and choose XZ plane to create this sketch. So we choose rectangular. So basically this is the basic shape of the box. And we use dimension tool to define the depth and height of this body. So here we define the height of this body as body height, which is we defined previously as one of the parameters. And then we choose offset tool to create the basically the thickness of the board for this box. So we use board thickness, which is 5/8. And then we choose line tool to create the miters. So basically just link two points together with this line tool. We have 3 miters and 1 butt joint at back side of the box. So this butt joint is where the hinge of the lid will be installed. And we also need to create 2 lines here because we need to have a 45-degree cutoff to install the hinge. So here we use dimension tool to set the 45 degrees. Just click the 2 lines around the corner and then input 45 degrees. Yeah, that's basically the shape of the box. And then I will add another parameter, which is round over. So the size of the fillet which is 1/8 inch. So we will choose the fillet tool to add this rollover to the 4 corners. Just use this tool to click the 2 lines around the corner and then input the value, which we already defined as one of the parameters. So one of the most important part for the sketch in Fusion is that we need to try our best to make all the lines become black. In this way, those lines will be fully constrained. If one of the lines is blue, which means the line is not constrained. Because only when those lines are fully constrained, in future when we change the dimension, the dimension of the object will be changed accordingly. Otherwise, something strange can happen. So now we finish the sketch, and we will extrude those objects to make it become 3D. So we choose extrude by use Q as hotkey, and we use new component. So basically we created our first new component here, and then we go into the browser and to have our sketch be visible again, and we choose the second sketch object and extrude it as our second new component. Just make sure to choose new component, and then we click the third one, use the same parameter, and then choose new component, and then the fourth one, similar, new component. So now we have 4 components under the body component. Now we need to extrude more components. So we use mouse to hold and click and choose the profile. In such way, even if the sketch is blocked by our previous components, we can still choose them. So hold click and choose profile, and the start we choose from object. So we click the our previous component, so we can start from here, not from our sketch. So now we are creating our second row of components. So we have totally 8 components now. So we will select the last 4 components we created and use pattern tool to copy paste more of them. So select the direction we want to copy paste, and then to select the spacing, so we will use the parameters we set before. So basically these 3 rows of components will be linked together, so no spacing between them. So now we have totally 16 components under the body. Now we will apply the appearance and to make them look like real wood. So we select appearance from the browser and choose finished wood. I will apply walnut. We can download first and then just drag the walnut to these components. And then for the second row, I will select them from the browser and choose maple. So download first and then drag to the object. So for the third row, I will choose cherry. So download first, and then we can actually drag the appearance to the components in the browser, which will also apply it. So for the last row, we also use maple. So just drag the maple to the browser. So now we have all of our components looks like real wood. Now we save it first, and then we go into another tool, which is Extrude joint. So basically we use this tool to create the relationship between those components. First of all, we use rigid joint, which is just similar as we glue them together. We select two components and joint type select rigid. We can use animation to make sure that we select the right components we intended to. So basically we glue the components of this box body together one by one. So we can also use Shift J as hotkey to call out this Extrude joint tool. Okay, just select the body components and rigid joint, join them together. Now we join different rows together by select two components from different rows and then use rigid joint. So after the body, we just glue the components of the box lid together. Okay, now we will use another type of joint, which is here we choose revolute, and we choose this point as our rotation point and choose x-axis. order to see this animation, we need to ground the body of the box, which basically just something like put this box on the table. And then we can double click this revolute joint and then see the animation here. Pretty cool, right? But we need to limit this joint, because currently it can rotate 360 degrees. So we choose this revolute joint and edit the joint limit, and we put the minimal and the maximum value here. So the maximum value is 0 degree and the minimum value is minus 90 degree. Okay, so we can use animation here to verify the value is correct and click OK. So we can double check, looks right. Okay, so that's for now. Link to the next part of this series videos can be found at the end of the video. If you like this video, please subscribe. Thank you.